Your host for Motorweek, John Davis.
Well, hello and welcome again to Motorweek. We're glad to have you with us. You know, nothing fires up a car fan like a trip to the auto show. And for U.S. motorheads, the #1 auto show is naturally in the Motor City, Detroit. But if you didn't make Detroit this year, not to worry, since we did. And we're ready to show you everything that's new and exciting at the 2003 North American International Auto Show. And that's a lot. So let's get started. Despite the cold, the heart of the Motor City was hot with excitement as Detroit's 2003 North American International Auto Show shifted into high gear for the biggest tidal wave of all new concept and production cars and trucks we've ever seen. The biggest rumble came from the wave of exhaust expelled by the Dodge Tomahawk, a four-wheel motorcycle concept that was little more than a 500 horsepower Viper V10 engine with a seat and handlebars. With 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds and a potential of 400 miles per hour, Chrysler might just build this chopper sculpture if their lawyers can be appeased. You would be more likely to catch a wave in this Dodge Kahuna, a canvas-topped woody minivan concept that despite a short exterior has more interior space than a Grand Caravan. Or the return of the Dodge Avenger, a concept four-door sports sedan that hints of the domed rally car styling in store for the next Stratus. It would look great parked next to the Dodge Durango Hemi RT, which when production starts later this year will have a bigger grille, bigger interior, and bigger horsepower from a Hemi V8 than any other midsize SUV. The Detroit throngs also saw the Hemi V8-powered Dodge Magnum SRT8 Sports Tourer concept showed earlier at the Los Angeles Auto Show. This hunkered-down wagon foretells the new rear and all-wheel drive Mercedes-inspired chassis that will replace Intrepid and other Chrysler front-drive large sedans in 2004. Ford opened the corral on a herd of concept models from its global brands. But no steed got more attention than the 400 horsepower Mustang GT concept. Looking like a reincarnated 67 Mustang, the V6 and V8 fastback coupe and convertible production cars will look even more timeless when they gallop down the street late this year. Further down the road, but just as likely, is the Ford 427. Ford thinks a muscular blast from its past might reinvigorate its full-size Crown Vic, but this rethink of a 65 Galaxy has a 590 horsepower V10 under its hood. Almost lost in the hoopla was the Ford Freestyle FX concept. Except for the sliding rear roof, this car-based 7-passenger all-wheel drive SUV is for real. Due in showrooms in 2004, the V6 Freestyle has second and third row seats that fold into the floor. A more futuristic SUV concept is the Ford Model U. The Model U is comprised almost totally of recyclable or environmentally friendly materials. Everything from seats to dashboard have a changeable plug-and-play design, while the 4-cylinder engine is hydrogen fuel. But the Model U and everything else Ford plans depends on the success of the all-new 2004 Ford F-150. When it arrives this summer, the world's best-selling vehicle will be the first pickup series with 4 doors on every cab. Small rear access doors give even the regular cab impressive interior access. Super Cab and Crew Cab F-Series are 6 inches longer for more interior comfort, while styling borrows heavily from the Super Duty and last year's Tonka concept. A new 5.4-liter 24-valve V8 will churn out 300 horsepower and provide the starting point for this F-Series concept, the next SVT Lightning. Adding a supercharger for a potential 500 horsepower, it will also be Ford's first pickup with an independent rear suspension. Ford gave more hints of a new direction for its mid-level Mercury brand with this delicious Messenger Sport Coupe. Easily the most beautiful concept of the show, Messenger reminds us of the '67 Cougar. But while unlikely to reach production, the Messenger shows softer styling is in Mercury's future. And will look very different from Mercury's divisional kin Lincoln. This all-wheel drive Navicross concept continues with the slab-side clamshell doors of recent Lincoln show cars. With a split tailgate trunk lid, the Navicross is a cross between a sports sedan and an SUV with the luxury of a true land yacht. Softer, more sensual fender treatments are on display at General Motors, with another garage full of concept and production hardware. The Pontiac G6 continues the ultra-clean look of last year's Solstice and says a lot about a Grand Am replacement 18 months from now. Meanwhile, we hope the Chevrolet SS four-door concept will bring the legendary Super Sport badge back for an encore. Its 430 horsepower rear-drive V8 would make it a real tire squealer. A 500-plus horsepower V8 muscles this Chevrolet Cheyenne concept around. The most important clues to future GM pickup trucks here are the two-position tailgate and side access doors for the cargo bed. A long cargo bed, or room for 6 in 3 rows, and a trick sliding console is what you'll find inside this sleek Buick Centième concept. French for century, hint hint, the Bertoni-designed rolling sculpture combines signature Buick V6 power and interior attributes, but with a grace and elegance the brand currently lacks. But no concept took the crowd's breath away like the Cadillac 16. More of a fantasy coupe built around a 1,000 horsepower 13.6-liter V16 concept engine, the 16 delivered several signals that Cadillac will indeed strive to be an ultra-premium brand, that beautiful styling is back in vogue at GM, and that powerful engines don't have to be gas hogs. This V16, 2 of GM's new generation V8s melded together, gets 20 miles to the gallon thanks to displacement on demand that shuts down all but 4 chambers at highway cruise. On the production side, GM announced it's installing gasoline-electric hybrid engines on 12 models totaling over 1 million units annually, starting with full-size pickup trucks this fall. GM hopes hybrid engines combined with displacement on demand can raise fuel economy 12 to 50% on a wide range of models, including the Saturn Vue. Chevrolet's 2004 Malibu will also get the hybrid treatment, although initially it will stay with conventional 4- and 6-cylinder power when it arrives late this year. Part of GM's renewed push into the mid-size family car market, the sleeker Malibu has a more upscale interior with tilt-telescoping steering wheel, adjustable pedals, and factory-installed remote starting for winter warm-ups. Also aimed at the heart of the market is the 2004 Chevrolet Colorado. Along with the GMC Canyon, this replacement for the compact S pickup grows to midsize. Power comes from new dual overhead cam 4- and 5-cylinder engines derived from the Trailblazer's Vortex 4200 i6. Regular, extended cab, and crew cab models will arrive before year-end. About a year from now, the 2005 Chevrolet Equinox arrives. With some basic architecture borrowed from the Saturn Vue, this good-looking compact SUV will include a standard V6 5-speed automatic powertrain and front or all-wheel drive. Cadillac officially launched the 2003 SRX. Based on the CTS sedan, this 7-passenger luxury ute will offer sports sedan handling and one of the largest sunroofs around when production starts this summer. And Pontiac's fire-breathing Australian-made GTO V8 Coupe arrived from its LA introduction to yet more Motown rave reviews. But that's only the domestic brand slice of the 2003 North American International Auto Show. We'll have all of the new import brand premieres later on this edition of Motorweek. As we told you, there was a lot to see at the 2003 North American International Auto Show, and we weren't kidding. So let's dive back into America's biggest automotive party of the year. While Detroit is the showcase for domestic nameplates, a record number of introductions by import brands point to the true international stature of the venue. That was evident from the first event of the press days with the pick of the 2003 North American Car and Truck of the Year Awards. Both winners are from abroad, with the Volvo XC90 taking the truck honors to Sweden, while the BMW-designed British-built Mini Cooper drove off with the car award. More than ever, the European and Asian automakers are making it clear they want their slice of the intense American market and are willing to design vehicles just for us and build them here too, like this all-new Nissan Titan. This full-size King Cab and Crew Cab pickup will be built in Canton, Mississippi. Titan sales begin in December with a 300-plus horsepower 5.6-liter V8 and a 9,400-pound towing capacity. Novel features include King Cab rear access doors that open almost 180 degrees, a spray-in bed liner, adjustable bed cargo rails, and a bedside storage compartment. Nissan also formally introduced the new rear-wheel drive 260 horsepower 2003 Maxima sports sedan, plus the most stylish and largest front or all-wheel drive minivan yet, the 2004 Nissan Quest. Nissan's Infiniti brand introduced the new FX45 and FX35 premium sport utes. Dubbed the Bionic Cheetah for its pouncing stance, the G35-based all-wheel drive FX goes on sale in late January. The Infiniti Triumph is an all-wheel drive G35-based concept designed to test public reactions to a tall roof sport coupe with gull-wing doors. With a rising share of the U.S. market, Toyota had a laundry list of introductions and announcements. The long-awaited second-generation 8-passenger Sienna minivan is here. Now large enough to compete with Honda's Odyssey, sales begin in June and will include a special wheelchair-accessible model. The FJ Cruiser concept is Toyota's effort not to get left out of the current Hummer mania, while the real SUV news was left to upscale Lexus with the official launch of its longer, smoother RX 330. This pioneer car-based SUV with steerable headlights has a 230 horsepower V6 and automatic all-wheel drive. But a hybrid gas-electric RX 330 with an anticipated 30 mile-per-gallon economy will arrive in 2 years. Toyota also brought the first 2 youth brand Scion models from their LA debut, the Aero-like XA, and to do battle with Honda's Element, the boxy XB. Speaking of Element, Honda arrived in Detroit with a panel truck Element concept called Studio E. This mobile entertainment lounge includes a 42-inch plasma screen and enough audio wattage to wake the dead. Their Acura division was far more sensible with the new 2004 TSX. Based on the European Accord, the 200-horsepower TSX fits between the RSX and TL as an entry-level luxury sports sedan. Other notable debuts from Japanese and Korean automakers included the Mazda Huasu 6-seat People Zoomer concept. This open-air Mitsubishi Tarmac Spider is perhaps a hint of the next Eclipse. Mitsubishi also launched their new midsize Endeavor SUV at the show. Hyundai arrived with the novel OLV, or Outdoor Lifestyle Vehicle, and sister division Kia showed this cute KCD1 Slice city car. Having its North American debut as Suzuki's Road Rally-inspired Concept S, sort of an Asian Mini on speed. And Subaru brought more of its rally success to the streets with a surprise announcement that the 300-horsepower 2004 WRX STI will be on sale here soon. But while many Asian automakers took the smaller road, Europeans showed that they could drive large. Fast on the heels of Mercedes super premium Maybach comes the first 21st century Rolls-Royce, and the first since BMW gained the right to use the RR name. This is the Phantom. The familiar flying lady, perched atop a huge grille, fronts for a BMW-designed 460 horsepower V12, adjustable air ride suspension, opulent interior with rear hinge doors, and classic exterior lines. If you have to ask about the $300,000 price, you can't afford to know. But everyone should know about the Giugiaro-designed Maserati Cubang GT wagon, as this Italian exotic brand does its first SUV-style people mover. Cubang assets include rear-facing seats and four-wheel drive. Lamborghini is no stranger to four-wheel drive, and this more extreme topless concept based on the Murcielago proves it. Audi plans to produce its version of the SUV chassis already being used on the Volkswagen Touareg and Porsche Cayenne with the Pikes Peak. In concept form, the Pikes Peak has 3 rows of twin seats, a 500 horsepower bi-turbo V8, and naturally quattro all-wheel drive. While rear drive and only 2 seats are just fine for the delicious and more affordable, mostly aluminum Aston Martin AM V8 Vantage. It will be the brand's 3rd and highest volume car when it arrives in 2005. Long known for its sports sedans, BMW is now increasingly gaining favor for its sport utility vehicles. Following the successful X5, BMW is testing the waters for a smaller 3 Series SUV with this X-Activity concept. Sturdy roof rails eliminate side window pillars, and with a convertible roof allow for an eyeglass frame appearance. It's fresh ideas like the X-Activity that keep SUVs from becoming mundane. Mercedes-Benz made it clear their people-moving approach will continue to include station wagons with the introduction of the E-Class wagon. Along with all the impressive features of the sedan, the wagon adds a hydraulically controlled load floor that moves in and out for easy access. Plus, when it goes on sale this fall, optional all-wheel drive will keep the E-Wagon and all other Mercedes sedans in the States from spinning their wheels. And our heads are spinning as we think about everything new at the 2003 North American International Auto Show. But we'll be back for more next year.